Guys, so today I'm riding my Esker Hayduke. I took yesterday off. I actually started to ride at night and it was really windy, so I turned around. So that was 14 days in a row I did on my bikes, mostly on my single speed, but about the last 3 or 4 rides on this bike. So now I'm back to my daily quest, see if I can go another. I want to go longer than 14, 15 days. I want to go like a full 30 days. So this is how it's set up with my 29er wheels. And I wanted to talk to you about climbing, and this is one of the reasons I prefer hardtails. You see I got that oval ring. I think the oval ring is great for a geared bike, not so much for a single speed, and I'll go into that later. But one of the things I want to recommend something to you guys, and as I'm climbing I'm going to talk. And it's easier to talk and climb on this bike than it is on my single speed. If you saw that one video I put with my single speed climbing, I was really just I was so out of breath. Because you could see by my cycle computer, it's, what is this, at 9% right here, but it goes up to like 22% at one point. So it gets pretty steep. And I have a 1x11 drive, and it's a 34, and the biggest it goes up to in the back is a 46. So if you have the newer 12-speed stuff, I think they go up to a 52 or something crazy like that, maybe even bigger. So you're getting really into the serious granny gears there. Some guys even put a 30 ring or 32 ring up front, so they're really got a really small climbing gear, and you kind of pick that to what trails you're gonna ride the most. Same thing with my single speed. I choose my gear ratio for this mountain because this is the mountain I'm climbing up all the time. That's why I'm the local legend here, and not just, trying to brag, but I ride a lot, and that's what that local legend kind of signifies. I think I've got like 45 riding days in the last 90 days. That's how the local legend calculates the person that's the local legend is the most rides within the last 90 days. So if I can get a streak of riding 90 days in a row, I will definitely be the local legend for a long time. Anyway, but that's not my point. My point was just to ride every day to reach my Strava goal of 4,000 miles for the year, which to some, if you're used to road riding, gravel riding, and longer flat roads, 4,000 is not a big deal, because every time you ride, you're going out for a 20-30 mile ride. But for me, I'm only riding 14 miles because it's steep, and if I go for a real long ride on a flat ride, I'm riding like 80 miles, and that's just a different type of riding. That's on my gravel bike, but I'm using it on the pavement, mostly with maybe 10% dirt gravel roads along the way to that bike path. So here's how it looks for my climb. And let me say something, and let me plug this guy's channel, because I've been watching him for a long time, and it's called Hardtail Party. And this guy takes learning about the different hardtail bikes and characteristics to another level. He's a mechanic. He's worked at a bike shop. He's an outstanding rider. He could do some technical, skilled stuff on hardtails that most guys on their enduro bikes won't even attempt. Well, not most guys, but some guys, I guess. He's really the perfect person for that type of channel and review. And so he's gone into hardtails, hence the name Hardtail Party, and gone into, see, this is the technical aspect of this climb. Not too technical, but bumpy. Anyway, he's gone into it to the next level and dissects the type of geometry you would want, the type of frame, how the different frames ride. Hardtails, that's the focus, but how the new aluminum is nothing like the older aluminum, which I will tend to agree. How steel is not necessarily real. Steel has so many variables besides the geometry, but the type of or the company that steel is coming from, whether it's a small builder. He just reviewed the Stanton frame, which it's called the 6.9er, and it's a 29er steel frame made with Reynolds tubing. He's reviewed, of course, the Sur 9 by 9er, which I have one of those. Not the newer one. I wouldn't get the newer one just for the fact that it's a press fit bottom bracket instead of their nice eccentric bottom bracket that they had before. You could still do eccentric on it, but you have to get this conversion thing, and it's not the same as having a real eccentric bottom bracket that's threaded in. And he's very much, I mean, he's making a living out of his YouTube channel and out of reviewing all these hardtails. So he's going to take it to the next level. He's definitely knows what he's talking about. So I'm not afraid to plug another channel, especially his channel, when I agree with probably 99% of the stuff he says about hardtails. He's also into riding single speeds. He's done a crazy 50-mile ride on a single speed with a single speed racer friend, which is freaking crazy. I can't imagine. I think the longest single speed ride I've gone on was 27 or 30 miles. I think it was less. It was still less than 30. I think that day it was 27, and that was tough. And that was counting the to and from the trailhead. It wasn't even all in the mountains. He did a 50-miler that was completely immersed in the mountains. So he goes on bike packing. He talks about that. I don't do bike packing. I ride every day now. Before I was riding 4 times a week. So I've always rode a lot, but now it's been daily. But I don't do these multi-day self-sufficient bike packing trips. I just don't have the time for that, I guess, because I need to go back home and work. When I'm not riding, I'm not working. Well, when I'm out riding, I'm not working, and I have my own business, but I still have stuff that has to get done every day, so I have to tend to that. Luckily, it could be done anytime during the day. So I'm just saying, do yourself a favor, look it up. I'll put the link in my description, and it's called Hardtail Party. And whenever his videos come out, I always watch them. And I probably became one of his Patreon supporters. And if I was in the market for buying a new hardtail, I would pay for his consultation services to help figure out exactly which bike to get and how to dial it in. I mean, I think I do a great job of picking and dialing in bikes myself, because I've been riding hardtails for a long time, and single speeds. I've been riding single speeds almost as long as I've been riding bikes. Anyway, and that's over 20 years.